9. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
What's going on, everybody? It is Thursday afternoon. Today is July 14th. This is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. For everybody that's just getting with us on radio, on 1090 AM, listening throughout all of Southern California. Yeah, you know, we home base down here in San Diego, but Orange County, LA County, Ventura County, the 805, Santa Barbara, any place you can get us on radio, you can also get us on television because we're on Channel 4 San Diego, again, home based. But Orange County, Channel 118 if you're on Cox or Spectrum. LA, same story, 118 if you're on Cox or Spectrum. And Santa Barbara, Channel 4. So anywhere you can get us on radio, you can get us on TV. And listen, worldwide on YouTube and on every social, audio platform there is. Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, Amazon Music, even iHeart somehow. I don't even really understand how. So just underway from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, Grande, Brown Man. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I got a bunch of stuff I want to talk to you about, especially here in the first segment.
Okay.
Some of which may even really surprise you.
Well, let's start there.
Something I did last night that you guys thought I wouldn't do. Don't know that I'll keep going, but I may. I may give it a shot. Here goes. You ready for this?
I wonder what this is, Browner.
I already know what this is. And that was quick.
Yep.
Last night, I sat down after the Padres blew it in Colorado, after the Dodgers made their comeback in St. Louis, and after seeing Ohtani go for 12 Ks. It occurred to me, by the way, that I think we're the only radio show / TV show / podcast in all of Southern California that actually pays attention to all three baseball teams. Like most LA sports stations just focus in on the Dodgers. Very, very few people talk about the Angels unless you're the little small Angels radio station, which I don't mean to knock them by calling them little and small. It's just that they are a very small, concentrated Orange County sports station that's focused and owned by the Angels. So they're the only people that really talk Angels. And then down here, we have 3 sports radio stations in San Diego. 2 of the 3 of them only talk Padres. 1 of them only talks Padres all day long. That's the only thing they talk about. But we're the only guys that actually are watching what's happening between the Padres, the Dodgers, and even the Angels. So that's a good thing. I just wanted to start there.
Okay.
But after these games were over last
you don't think
night,
we talk too much baseball? Just
much
Padres.
I think we spend too much time on the Padres and don't.
I got a lot of messages yesterday about that.
Tell me what you heard.
Oh, about you.
What about me?
About how you just can't you just can't break out of your own ways.
Meaning what?
Meaning mid-July comes around and now you just want training camps to get here. Like you can't snap that mold. Been doing it for 21 years, 22 years in that way.
It's just really hard. Like the baseball season for me is so freaking long. And I have been so conditioned to think that the Padres season is over before the second half of the season starts.
Right.
And while I grant you the last 3 years have been very dramatic, it's not so much that I can't snap out of my ways of thinking that training camp should be opening and that we should be stopping baseball talk and talking, going forward, only football talk. It's not really that. I just feel like we have a lot of people who listen and watch that, believe it or not, are San Diegans who are Dodger fans. Now, we have some people that listen who are San Diegans that are Angels fans, smaller number, much smaller number. We have a lot of people now that listen in LA and in Orange County, more so than ever before. The stats tell us all that, by the way. This is not just some assumption. This is going through all the data that we collect now. So I just wonder if we're 70% Padres and 20% Dodgers and 10% Angels, if it's all screwed up. Like maybe it should be 30-30-30. Maybe it should be 40-40-20. I don't think it's necessarily like just purely waiting for football to start. I think it's conditioning to thinking the Padres season would be over by now.
Yeah. I just think, for me, I don't know what Browner thinks. I just like to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm not going to force. I'm not going to force myself to start talking about things I'm not interested in. And I think both of you are the same way.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, Browner yesterday brought he's like, "Yo, man, I need some time. I got an agenda to push."
Yeah.
I don't remember what the agenda was, but he pushed it.
And it got done. It got done. Y'all, I forgot my glasses today, just in case we got into that, because I saw what he did. I know y'all coming for me today, so it's all good. I know the guest that's on the show, so I know somebody coming for me. So yeah, no, man. I think we are. There're going to be 70 losses. I just keep reminding myself that, and everybody should know that there are going to be at least 70 losses. They're all not going to be pretty, and some of them are going to be in a row, a lot maybe in a row, but they're going to be more than 70 of them. So how many are we up to now? 38, 39. That's what?
40.
We have 40 losses. Okay,
we got more to go.
We got we got at least 30 more to go.
So
that's a whole
at
month.
least.
So if I do my math correctly, they got how many wins right now? 53?
50, yeah.
That could be they're 50. They're 50 and 40. Browner says 30 more losses. So we got
at least
42 more wins and 30 more losses to go, if my math is correct.
Okay.
And that's if you get to 92. A 90-win season in any year is a good season.
A 90-win season would be fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, if you get there.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you're going to lose 30 more times.
Well, you see,
there it goes. Are you going to lose?
But listen, if you at the and this is with baseball. This is what I always try to keep in the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter how you get to 70. Get to the 92, because how you got to 70 would be irrelevant, because the 92 are what people would focus on. That's what the cheering would be for. The anguish of the 70. That's the problem.
You know, Alex, you ask about how you lose these games that Browner's talking about, like the Padres last night, just total implosion. Okay. So let's do this. If on one hand you say it's how you lose these games, on the other hand, obviously it's how you win these games. So while the Padres here are in Colorado, an inferior team that owns them, okay, while the Padres are finding new and creative ways to lose games, Eric Hosmer is the worst. I'm not putting it all on Eric Hosmer last night, because a lot of it goes on the bullpen, and we'll have the conversation about what Musgrove was doing versus what happened when Musgrove left, by the time he left. But while the Padres are losing in Colorado in dramatic fashion yet again, speaking of drama, look what the Dodgers are doing. They keep digging themselves into these massive holes and yet find ways in the late innings to dig themselves out and win games on the road against quality opponents. So while one of these two teams that we're talking about is finding ways to fall apart, the other guys are finding ways to just manufacture wins. And so how you lose getting blown up the way the Padres did versus how you win when you're on the road and you blow up and you're playing a playoff contending type team, this is the problem that the Padres continue to have, is that it's about the Padres to them, but you got to keep an eye. And yesterday you said it well, Browner, forget about the division. Don't even be worried about trying to catch the Dodgers. All I'm trying to say is that as we look at both at the same time, because last night I posted a picture on Twitter. I was watching both games at the same time. And by the way, Alex, to your point about, thinking it's football season already, dude, I'm watching 3 times more baseball right now than I've ever watched in my life.
You also watch like 100 times more basketball than you ever have in your life.
100% true.
Yeah.
So that's just it. I feel like we're covering more and we're talking about more stuff than anybody else in town, or really in the entire region. So last night when the game was over, I think you guys are going to be impressed with this. When the game was over, and I had gone out to dinner last night with a gentleman who you guys probably will know. If I put his picture up on the screen, let me see if you guys know who this is. Let me see if you guys got who I had dinner with last night, because this was a really special dinner for me. This is one-on-one, mano-a-mano, 2 quality hours of real guy time. Browner, you know who this guy is right here to my left?
Buck Showalter.
Buck Showalter's a good guess. I don't know where the guess came from, but it's not Buck Showalter.
I don't know who that is.
All right, if you focus in on his golf shirt that he's rocking,
Whoop.
There's a logo on there that says,
"Oh yeah, that's our guy, Houston Gamblers, baby."
Yeah, that is Bob Wick, who is the equipment manager.
I definitely wouldn't have guessed his name.
Yeah, Bob Wick was the longtime equipment manager for the Chargers. Like 30 plus years, this guy worked for the Chargers. And we got together last night because he came into town from Tucson, Arizona. He lives in Tucson now because when the Chargers let him go, he didn't know what he was going to do in his life. And he wound up going to Tucson, Arizona, where life is a whole lot cheaper than his hometown of San Diego. And he got into the restaurant business until he got back into the football business. We spent 2 quality hours last night at the Brigantine in Del Mar.
Did you get an espresso martini?
I did not. Bob ordered and I followed his order. He ordered a Michelob Ultra.
Whoa.
It's a skinny man's beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like 80 calories.
Alex, I'd never had a Michelob Ultra until I went to Viejas Arena for the Pearl Jam concert a couple months ago, and that's what they had. And
all they had?
No, they had that, but that was like the lighter beer, and then they had like a real heavy, like craft kind of a beer. And so I went with the Michelob Ultra, and I'll tell you right now, I'm usually a Coors Light drinker, and I'm like 9 out of 10 times I'm drinking Coors Light or a Mexican lager. Michelob Ultra is a pleasure.
Wow.
It's so light and crispy.
It's like water, that's why.
Yeah.
It's like you're drinking
Ultra, bro.
Bottle of Dasani.
For real? A Michelob Ultra and the Dasani, they're the same thing.
Yeah.
The same
like you
bottle,
you could have 12 Dasani water bottles and 12 Ultras and you'll be the same amount of drunk.
If you did a blind taste test between Dasani and Michelob Ultra, you wouldn't know the difference.
But I'm telling you, like Michelob Ultra is a very popular beer amongst dads. Like,
oh really?
Oh yeah, I have friends that drink Michelob Ultra. Like that's their go-to beer.
You can drink a ton of them,
yeah,
and still watch your kids.
Yeah,
dude, I had 2 of them last night. Had 2 of them last night. Felt like I felt kind of manly, like I'm drinking beer.
I'm drinking a beer with my bro.
You put it in a glass, no one knows.
Right. That's what when the waitress brought over the first one, she poured them in like a cold glass. Yeah. When they brought over the second round, she brought the bottle, and I was like, hey,
no.
Yeah. Is it bottle or can? Because their cans look exactly like Red Bulls.
Yeah, no, it was a bottle. And I was like, can you not bring the bottle? Can you just pour it so that people don't see I'm drinking this?
I want to tell.
People will be looking at your table like, man, that guy's crushing those beers. What are they drinking over there?
Yeah. Or they're looking over the table like, what's wrong with those 2 guys? That's what they're drinking.
Ultras?
What are these guys, moms?
As the resident beer drinker, I got to tell beer companies, stop putting your 12-ounce beers in those skinny tall cans. Mm-hmm. We don't want to look like we're drinking seltzers.
Yeah.
We don't want to look like we're drinking, Red Bull. Like, put it in a little fat short can like a regular beer, man. Like it's already like I'm already drinking an Ultra. People are gonna look at me differently. And now you put in this tall, skinny can, and it looks like I'm drinking like, a White Claw.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
I know now my new thing is I don't really
Stella's
like drinking
doing
beer.
That too.
Yeah, I don't really like drinking beer out of cans, but recently I've gotten into Modelo cans. Modelo Especial cans. And I like the can somebody gave me one. And I drank it, and it was hot and warm and sunny out, and it was super cold and refreshing. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't really like to drink beer out of a can, but damn, this is good. And now I'm into Modelo Especial in La Cana. Does that sound like Spanish to you?
No idea how to say can in Spanish.
Yeah. Well, you don't really speak the language, as I recall.
I can get by.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So I go out to dinner last night with Bob Wick, and what an absolute angel of a human being. I just freaking love this guy. And if you guys would have been there, Bob lives in Houston when he was working for the USFL, in Tucson, because that's where home base has become. San Diego is still like where he's from, where his mother-in-law lives, where his children were raised, etc. But the dude is now going to go work for the XFL. And so he's going to be in Las Vegas.
Ooh, what's our team?
I'm not sure what they're called, but I think Bob is with the Las Vegas team, And so anyway, so we watch this Padre game. What are you looking at?
Old. That's got to be old.
What are you looking at? All right. So so we watched this Padre game. We talked so much about everything that was going on: life, fatherhood, money, his job, losing his job with the Chargers, what it did to his head, his family. We talked about our whole situation. But if you guys could understand what a supporter of our show this guy is, he listens every day. Every day he listens and watches. So it's really cool to get together with Bob last night and just kind of bro down. But guys, when it was over and I went home, Padres had blown up. Dodgers had made this comeback. Ohtani had another brilliant performance. You guys want to know what I watched last night? This is late at night for me. This is late. This is 10 o'clock at night.
Stranger Things?
Yeah, episode 1 of season 1. That's right, pal. That's right. Now, Browner, have you seen this? Have you seen any of Stranger Things yet?
Come on, man. What are you doing?
Dude, there's a black kid in the show. I just want you to know that, just so you know. It's not all white people. You don't have to resent it because you think it's all white people.
I've seen every episode of Stranger Things. Every single one.
Oh, then I didn't know that. Sorry, my bad.
We talked about this yesterday. Thanks for listening to me.
No. I don't recall you saying that you'd seen the whole thing. I remember Alex saying that he had. All right. Anyway, I guess I wasn't listening. Hey, Brown, I watched episode 1 of season 1. Now, did you guys get done with that? Because everybody's talking Stranger Things. The whole world is talking Stranger Things, and I'm the only person in America, I think, who hasn't watched this show.
FOMO.
So, did you guys watch the first episode and go, "Oh my God, this is riveting. I can't wait to get to episode 2"?
Don't remember.
I remember watching the first episode and going, "This is interesting," because I also like Steven Spielberg did a movie that is similar to this.
E.T.
What's the name of it?
E.T.
No, man, the one that they made like.
Why is this similar to E.T.?
10 years ago.
A lot of callbacks to E.T. in season 1.
Let me see. Talk amongst yourselves. I think it's like
War of the Worlds.
No, not 8mm. It's called.
You're not gonna remember a name.
All right. All I know is this: I watched the first episode. Everybody in the world is talking about Stranger Things. It's like the #1 series on Netflix. It's just it's so popular, and I have no idea what everybody's talking about. You know. And I watched the first episode, and I thought, okay, this is compelling. I guess. I mean, it's creative.
Super 8.
It's Super 8.
Super 8.
Yeah. It's creative. It's interesting the way it's shot. It's suspenseful. It's a lot. And I will say this, not to spoil it for anybody, but I'm on episode 1 of season 1. I'm ready to go to episode 2 because this kid has gone missing. And where is he and what happened? And so that storyline has me saying, okay, I'll come back for a little more. So I'm in. I mean, at least through one episode, I'm in on Stranger Things. Are you surprised?
I need to see the follow through.
I will bet whatever that you will never finish all 4 seasons. You can watch 1 or 2 or 3 episodes. You're never going to finish 4 seasons of this. Never.
And it's because you think I'll get bored.
It's just not your kind of show. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Unless FOMO hits you that hard where everyone around you is talking about it, you might do it, but because you like it, no. And that doesn't mean that it's a good or bad show. I just think that means that me and Browner know you and know what you like. Dude, didn't you watch like some startup show? You watch Succession. You watch like Ray Donovan. You watch Billions for 2 seasons. And then, you know, like those are the shows you watch. You don't watch Stranger Things. You don't watch Umbrella Academy. You don't watch The Boys. It's very different classifications of television. That
very
you watch.
Different.
Watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but I watched
Ozark.
Different. Oh, come on. Ozark and Breaking Bad are the same show. Game of Thrones, if I would say that the majority of the country watched Game of Thrones. At that point, if you didn't watch Game of Thrones, it was like not getting vaccinated. Like, you're in the minority. Like, if you didn't watch Game of Thrones, it's exactly like you didn't get vaccinated. Exactly. You're just like, no, I'm not doing it. Everyone else can do it. I ain't doing it.
You fought it. Yeah. Yeah, you were counterculture. You were
You
Kyrie.
should definitely watch episode 2.
I'm going to try.
But I don't think you'll get to episode 9 or 10 of season 1.
Okay, I'm going to try. And if it's because if I don't like it, I won't waste my time with it. But if I do like it and it's compelling, I'll stay with it. So let's see what happens. So look, just getting started here today. Padres playing an afternoon game. So, you know, this was earlier. So definitely want to talk some Padres, some Dodgers, some Angels. For sure, all 3 going to get some mention. Chargers and a lawsuit, another lawsuit. This one on behalf of San Diego. That's kind of where I want to start because having visited with Bob Wick last night, it kind of brought back a lot of like, I'll say like emotion, not pain per se, but just to think about how long this guy had been with the Chargers and how long I knew him as a guy with the Chargers. Because in 1992, he's like an assistant equipment manager, and I'm an undrafted free agent kicker. That's 30 years ago. That's how long I know this guy, and the memories that we share. The stories we were telling each other about Charger games. Do you remember that game on Christmas when they were in Santa Clara against San Francisco and Colin Kaepernick shook Eric Weddle out of his jock, but Phillip Rivers brought him back and Nick Novak kicked that field goal? Like, these were the conversations we were having last night from two guys that, were both essentially fired because of the Chargers. So, all right, we'll get to it. We got a lot to get to this afternoon. We really do. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studios, 7milecasino.com. If you're listening on 1090, we're happy you're here. If you're watching on television tonight on Channel 4 and the Cox Yorview Network, we're happy you guys are here too. YouTubers, you're the heart and soul of what we do around here, so get involved in our chat. Comment down below. Like, subscribe, share, do whatever you got to do. And to all the audio podcasters, even if you're checking in on a day that we're not actually on, like you're following up the next day, we appreciate everybody being here. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studios. We're just getting going, and the Chargers have more legal troubles. We'll get to that coming right.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
Please welcome in tax attorney Adam Brewer. Adam, thanks so much for joining us again on Main Street Living.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be back.
So, of course, we have more tax questions for you. First of all, what are the types of business entities that business owners can use?
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd ask this question. So this time of year, this is when, business owners probably just got handed a pretty big tax bill. And so naturally, the next question is, how can they save taxes? How can they save on taxes? And so that's where these business entities really, they may come in. So yeah, what we're looking at is corporations or limited liability companies, more commonly called LLCs. So definitely by using either a corporation or an LLC, business owners may be able to really save on taxes. For the most part, when we talk about tax savings, we're looking at like an S Corp election. And so again, an LLC can do that, a corporation can do that. But the net result is you want to save on what's called self-employment tax. So for 2022, a business owner is going to, by default, pay self-employment tax on the first $147,000 of taxable income. So that's 15.3%. By doing an S Corp election, putting yourself on payroll, you can really drive down how much of your income you have to pay that 15.3% at. Beyond the tax savings, it just offers an extra level of protection between the business owner's personal assets, say their home, and their business operation. So, no matter what business you operate, you're going to have some exposure to liability. So an entity like a corporation, like an LLC, it just puts that extra level of protection between the business and then what the owner has on their personal side.
Yeah, well, clearly a plethora of information that you always provide to us, Adam. We appreciate you being on the show. Where can our viewers get in touch with you for more tax help?
Yeah, like always, they can visit my website, triumphovertax.com, or feel free to pick up the phone. You can always give me a call, 619-591-9500.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on Your View, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. and visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. Hey, what's happening? It is Thursday. Today is July 14th. Along with Grande and the Brown Man, this is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studio, 7milecasino.com. Today being Thursday, I don't know if everybody started to put their calendar together for the weekend, but I will just give everybody a quick heads up. I do plan on Saturday heading down to Chula Vista to visit with our friends from California Holistics because they've got this Lucha Libre wrestling event that they're putting on in the parking lot. And I just think that's so cool, you know? And my girlfriend said to me, she said, hey, you know, what am I going to do with my kids if we are going to go down to this? I go, let's bring them. She said, really? I said, yeah. Now it's a 21 and over event, but I'm just going to tell you right now that, you know, there's a giant parking lot. That's kind of all I'm saying. So anyway, making my plans. You guys, today's Thursday. Alex, did you say you have a bachelor party this weekend in Santa Barbara?
Yeah, I have cousin Nancy's coming into, so her sister's getting married and in August, and cousin Nancy's coming to San Diego tonight for her sister's bachelorette party, which will be in San Diego. And I am going to the groom's bachelor party, which will be up in Santa Barbara one day and Los Angeles one day. So Friday, LA, Saturday, Santa Barbara.
Damn.
Yeah.
A lot of bachelor partying going on right now in your life.
Yeah. Dude, COVID has pushed back so many weddings that have been close that I've been invited to, that now that it's all coming out this year, man, you know, and we actually said no to a few weddings, including one in Mexico in October. There's just too many. There's just too much stuff. You got to pick and choose.
Yeah, you're in that period of life where you're going to a lot of weddings where a lot of your friends are getting married. I have a bunch of, you know, what I'll call buddies who are anywhere between probably their late 20s to their early 40s, you know, call it, you know, like that 14, 15-year window. And there's every time I talk to them, they're like, yeah, dude, I got another wedding I'm going to. I got another wedding I'm going to. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Because there's a period of life when your kids are about the same age where every weekend you got a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah or a quinceañera or a communion. I mean, whatever sort of events there are, sweet 16s, just you kind of go through those stages in life. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of weddings in your life right now, a lot of bachelor parties preceding a lot of weddings in your life.
Bachelor party this weekend, wedding in August, and then bachelor party for me in September, wedding in November. I think I have something in October. Yeah, it's just wedding.
Damn. What bachelor party in September? Where's that happening?
Vegas.
Brown, I do believe we're getting invited to the wedding, mostly because we've kind of imposed, but we haven't really been invited to a bachelor party. Should we kind of impose on a bachelor party in Vegas or what?
You know, that's a tough decision, man. I really enjoy Vegas, but his crew, they drink too hard. They drink too hard, man. I'm not I'm not into the I'm a 2-3 drink guy. I'm not a 7, 8, 9 drink guy.
Yeah. When you say they drink too hard, these guys, Alex's crew is the kind of crew, and I've never really seen this before.
They drink all your beer, man. They'll
super
drink all
creative.
your beer.
They went to Chicago and had a bachelor party, and they all had these shirts, I think that Fat Tony made for them, or hoodies. And they said something like, you know, buy the groom a beer or something. And you could take one of those QR codes and put your phone to it, and you could actually Venmo money to them to buy alcohol for the groom. Like these are creative drinkers. They drink big, and they are willing to have people buy beers for them, which was very smart and creative.
Paid off. Got 13 guys, 2 rounds. So
worked out. That's all you need.
Well. Yeah.
Worked out well. It's a good point though, Brown.
You guys are more than welcome to come crash Saturday in Vegas. 100%.
Yeah, see,
we have
respectfully decline.
Because like you said, Scott, all my group of friends, like more than half are now married, more than half now have kids. So we are all also in the same fantasy football league, which is like it's a stupid league, the things we do in that league. So we always travel for our draft. We always travel our drafts. We always travel for the draft. We always go to like Mexico, Palm Springs.
Get crazy hammered.
Instead of asking these same guys to take weekends off from their families and their children for 2 different occasions,
which they would gladly do, by the way.
I have merged both events. So Bachelor Saturday, Fantasy Football Draft Sunday, Recover Monday, fly back Tuesday. But Recover Monday is probably like, let's just do something again because we'll still be in Vegas. So.
Oh, really?
It's Labor Day.
You guys should come back. You guys should come back and immediately go to iThrive is what you guys should do.
I'm going to take needles with me.
Oh, forget your friends.
Yeah.
Just for you.
Me.
Yeah. I'm
Bachelor boy.
I gotcha. All right. So,
hey,
look,
more than
it's
welcome
Thursday.
to come Saturday. Cousin Nancy's in
right.
town. She's like, would it be weird if I crashed your Bachelor Saturday? I'm like, yeah, it would be. But your
But not
husband
if
can
me
come.
and Browner show up.
But your husband can come.
Mm-hmm.
I like Cousin Nancy's husband.
Cousin Nancy's husband, probably a really good dude. He's the kind of guy that shows up and buys stuff for everybody, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, based on that collection of cars he's got in his garage, his giant house, he should show up and buy rounds.
I will let Cousin Nancy crash because I know she's going to be like, hey, guys, I'll take care of it. She'd be like, powerful woman paying for all these losers.
She probably would.
It's 2022. Look at these men needing me to buy their drinks.
Well, we don't need her, but we'll definitely let her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hear that, Grande?
Yeah.
Freaking Browner called all your boys losers.
No, I was being Cousin Nancy. I didn't say that.
I got you.
What are you doing?
I got you.
No, I'll just send them that clip because they all know him. Look what Browner called you idiots today.
Yeah. Last night,
over drinkers.
When I was at this dinner last night, I mentioned earlier with Bob Wick, the former Charger equipment manager, we were watching the Padre game and we looked at some of the stats. We were like, well, let's see what happened to Musgrove. And we were looking at the numbers, you know, and I started to read it to him, you know, 5 innings, whatever it was, however many strikeouts, however many runs, earned runs, you know, and it wasn't really great because through 4 innings, you know, Musgrove yesterday seemed like he was cruising pretty good. And again, I had the TV on, I was kind of watching out of the corner of my eye. And then by the time Musgrove had left the game, it was the stat line doesn't look real good. Right. And I say to Bob, I go, oh yeah, here's the numbers. And he goes, well, that's going to make Browner real happy on the show tomorrow.
I'm very confused as to what is going on in the mentions. Like, did Musgrove pitch 5 innings with 3 earned runs and 4 strikeouts and no walks yesterday? And he left with a 6-3 lead. I thought that was a good outing because he had a win. Mm-hmm. He was winning. Mm-hmm. He left. It was 6-3. They were winning. He did enough to get them to win. He didn't lose that game yesterday.
No. And at one point,
I don't understand what people are like. Did he go 2 innings and allow 10 runs? Did he do a Clevenger?
No, but you know what it is, Alex? This is exactly what we were talking about. No, it was the stat line because when he left the game, then runs were scored that were charged to him. You see what I'm saying? And so that is, I mean, Browner, you're
with the 3-run lead.
Well, but so Browner, what part of this? Tell us where your head's at on this because this is exactly what I said to Bob last night. I go, here's the line. Musgrove, 5 innings pitched, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. But as Alex points out, when Musgrove leaves the game, he leaves the game to a 6-3 lead. And the bullpen just does what it does as the evening goes on. So
Bob Melvin has no trust in his bullpen. That Musgrove was done after 5, but he's like, I'm desperate. I need you. Please go out for the 6th. And Musgrove's like, okay, because he's a gamer. And he tried his best.
So let me get this straight. When I attempted to use this exact same explanation for Blake Snell, I was told you cannot do that. That's not how it works. That's exactly what I was told when I tried to use this exact same explanation for Blake Snell. So here we are.
Mm-hmm.
This happened to Joe Musgrove. Joe Musgrove gave up 9 hits, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And of those 9 hits, when he left the game, like I was told by the same people on this show, there were people on base. Once the bullpen came in and did what they do, those runs were charged to him because he gave up those hits. Look, of the last 3 of the last 4 starts that he started, they've lost. Again, I'm not telling you he's not good. I'm not telling you he's not good. I'm just telling you that 20 million is shrinking. That island is getting a lot of vacancies now of the pay that man $20 million a year. It really is.
Good.
So this is all I've been saying all year. He is what he is. He's not some dominant number 1 starter. Did he have a bad outing yesterday? No, he didn't. Does it look like he did? Absolutely. Absolutely, it does. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
So just as I read this line, just as I read Joe Musgrove's line last evening at this dinner with the great Bob Wick, 5 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and walks off the field with a 6-3 lead. But as Bob said to me, because he's a very astute listener to the show, he said, Browner is going to be so happy tomorrow to kind of put it in your face that Joe Musgrove is today, he's what that line says he is. And we argued for probably his first, I want to say, Alex, what do you think he was? Maybe 8-0 at the time. And the Padres may have been like 11-0 in games that he had started. And since that time, Musgrove's numbers, particularly after he had COVID. So the first one he had COVID, he didn't look very good.
Right.
The second one, I think he did have a good game
against the Dodgers.
Start. Right.
But they lost.
Right. And then there was his third start. I don't remember it being eventful per se.
It was very forgettable.
And then this last night.
What are you talking about? 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, no earned run against the Giants?
Yeah, like I said, I don't remember it, but that is pretty darn
forgettable. It's forgettable.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just that I forgot it. But
I don't remember it.
Yeah, well, that was one of his good performances. You wanted to forget that one,
I don't remember it.
Well, bottom line is, as Bob pointed out last night, Browner's going to just have one of those smiles on his face. He can't even hide it. Browner got no poker face at all. Can't even hide how happy he is that Musgrove had these sorts of numbers charged to him last night. Loves it.
Listen, I'm just saying, this is what I've been telling y'all. That's all I've been telling y'all. Period. That's all I've been listen. Watch him. And over the season, y'all want to pay him $20 million. Y'all still paying him $20 million today? Y'all wake up today. If you wake up today after last night's performance, you still cutting that check for $20 million? All you people to pay that man, y'all still cutting the checks? Huh?
Well, hold on a second. Huh? Alex, the question is asked. It's not rhetorical, I don't think. Today, given what has happened to Musgrove in the last, call it 4 starts, one being really good, one being really bad, 2 being good, but the team didn't get the win. Are you still paying Joe Musgrove $20 million today?
Well, I never was. That was never the number I said. I said if he goes out and wins the Cy Young, then you're gonna have to pay him $20 million. I don't know where Browner thinks that we've said yes, he's worth $20 million. I've said from day one he's gonna get the money. He deserves the money that Barrios got, which is $18 million. That's the money he deserves. That's the kind of pitcher he is. That's what I would give him right now. Today. At this moment.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Look at this face.
Listen, Rigby can get the tape, and he'll get the tape. It's fine. I don't need to defend myself from what I've said.
Look at the face on Browner. Look how happy he is. He just feels like he's got such a dub going, and he feels like we're taking such big L's right now.
He's 8-2 with a 2.4 ERA. He's still the Padres' best pitcher.
Cool. Yeah.
This is the guy who defends Blake Snell, who's 1-7.
Now here you go.
But it's like I just don't understand.
You ain't gotta.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand, and I refuse to. I don't get your argument. How you defend Clevenger and you defend Snell, but you diss Musgrove when Musgrove's clearly better than those guys. I don't.
What he's going to say? Let me tell you what he's going to say.
Browner, I agree with you. I will not give him $20 million. There, I will say that again. It's not $20 million. Is he worth 18? Yes.
No.
Okay. I say yes.
You know what Browner's going to say?
What I'm going to say?
Blake Snell, Mike Clevenger, you know what they have that Musgrove doesn't have, Alex?
Hit him with it.
They got stuff.
Boy.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, stuff. Boy. They got stuff.
So, look, man.
See,
how'd Clevenger do in Colorado 2 days ago? I'm just asking a question. I'm asking a question. If he's got stuff, how did he do 2 days ago?
Boy,
how did he do? How did he do? How did he do?
He don't know.
Tell me how he did. He's got the stuff. He pitched in Colorado, right?
Let me just say now. Let me say this.
Let him say something, dog.
You ain't got to bring up my argument. to defend your guy, baby. Defend your guy with your ammunition. You ain't got to bring my guys into this. Let my guys be my guys. Your guy performed last night. You ain't got to be going back talking about what this person.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah,
what about this guy? What about this guy?
We not talking about that.
That's all you do.
Talk about that.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on. No, won't forget this. Next time you do that, we're not talking about that.
We're not talking about that.
Okay, perfect. Because that's all you know how to argue. That's the only way you know how to argue. So
you gonna try to bring up other stuff to defend your guy, baby. Defend your guy.
Joe Musgrove's 8-2. Got the most wins on the Padres. He got
That's
2.4 ERA. He's got the best ERA on the Padres.
Yep.
And he's got the most quality starts in baseball despite yesterday. Yeah, I'll stick with my guy. He's the best Padres.
He's the best pitcher. He's the best pitcher the Padres got.
Yeah.
He's the best pitcher.
And if they lose him, they will be a worse team. If they don't have him next year, they will be a worse team.
And by the way, if he's not really an ace, if he's not a number one guy, then they better get one. I mean, going forward, they better get somebody who's better than Musgrove.
They got one. They got two. They got three according to Browner.
Well, they got Clevenger.
They got three guys with stuff.
And they got Snell. And Mackenzie Gore, too.
You mean the reliever, Mackenzie Gore?
The guy who's never going to make it to the big league.
No, Mackenzie Gore, who's in the bullpen now. That guy.
Hey man,
how's Weathers doing? I'm sorry, we're not talking about that.
See, here we see.
Why don't
That's
you
all
hit
I'm
him,
saying, bro.
Alex, why don't you really hit him over the head? You know, why don't you really just hit him over the head with some Ohtani talk?
No, because we're not talking about that. We're talking about Musgrove.
Yep, that's all we doing. We talking about Musgrove. Let's keep it. Let's keep it on the subject. Don't try to move. Don't try to massage the issue, bro.
No,
don't try to do that. We saw who was on the mound last night. My guy wasn't on the mound.
Nope, there he's on. I wish we
could
see what Blake Snell's doing right now.
What, sir?
Blake Snell's on the mound right now. It's very simple.
Cooking.
We've asked this number for you to you before as well. What's your number that you're comfortable bringing Musgrove back next year? Per year?
15 to 16.
Okay.
15 to 16.
We're arguing about $2 million.
I mean, it's content.
That's what that's what we're arguing about.
Again, for what he is, $15 million makes him the top end of what he does. He's the best in the league at what he does. And that is innings eating and being effective, taking the ball every fifth day, being somebody you can count on within the lineup. That's worth $16 to $17 million. And that's it. And you can take that contract and show it around and go, if you're better than this guy at this, this is what you can get. But the idea of, but you're worth what someone will pay you. And we all know that to be true. Yeah. So what will the Padres give him? $11 million. I even said, that's too low. Come on, man. I said that then.
It's like that. I don't know if you guys are intently watching, but like yesterday, what I really like about him, dude, is that he doesn't get what I have slammed Blake Snell for. He doesn't do. Musgrove doesn't get rattled on the mound. He can get hit.
Like that.
He can get hit every now and then. But yesterday, like freaking Hosmer had that stupid error at first where he bobbled the ball. And it's like that would have been the third out of the inning. And it was to Musgrove. Musgrove could have let that affect him, but no, he gets the next guy out. Another at bat later. He's got 2 strikes on a guy. The ball goes directly down the middle. The umpire calls it a ball. Musgrove stares him down like, how's that not a strike? Comes back the next pitch, strikes him out. Like, he doesn't let things affect. Like, does he get hit? Yeah, he gets hit. All pitchers get hit. But it doesn't rattle him, and that's why I like him. I just think when you look at this, at the rotation of guys that they have right now, and it could be a language barrier with you, Darvish, as to why he's not the guy, but Musgrove is the guy. He's the leader. He commands that whole room of rotation. Everybody looks to Joe when they need leadership, and I think that is also worth some money as well. Listen, it could be a disagreement, and I know it's a silly thing we've been talking about all year, but if you're asking me if I had to choose any one of the 7 guys to bring back next year, it's Joe, number 1.
Not even close for me, because he does so much more. You got to look. Statistically, he's their best pitcher. Yes, he is the leader of their pitching staff. He is one of the leaders of their team, and he is so much more from a community standpoint. They've been dreaming of a guy like this, who's actually from San Diego, who grew up going to Padre games, who knows the history of the organization, who's comes from, very humble background. And as, mom and dad are here running a business, he's everything you would want, and he's a community ambassador above all. And there is value to all of that. So look, I'll just say it like this. Some people believe you should pay that man. And those are the people that buy those t-shirts on kaplanandcrew.com. Other people don't believe you should pay that man, and they ain't buying those t-shirts. So if you still believe in Musgrove, you should go buy those t-shirts, kaplanandcrew.com, pay that man. All right. I think we started the segment intending to talk about the Chargers lawsuit, which is, I think, so far under the radar. Why are the people who are suing the Chargers, the San Diegans that are suing the Chargers? This is after St. Louis got their money from the Rams and the NFL. Why are they not putting on like a media campaign? I feel like this is under the radar kind of stuff. So let's get to that coming up. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com, Sammy's Restaurant and Bar, blackjack and poker, smoke-free environment, 7 minutes south of downtown San Diego. Any problems, call 1-800-GAMBLER. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is Kaplan.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Please welcome 4 of the 5 San Diego County Teachers of the Year from the 2021-2022 school year. From Central Elementary School, Laura Reyes. From Westfield High School, Tiffany Jokers. From San Jose Elementary School, Jacqueline Jorge. And from St. Joe Chavez Middle School, Todd Sanders. Teachers, please deliver the pitch. San Diego County Teachers of the Year with their honorary pitch.
I thought I was okay. I had a degree, I had work experience. I should be able to provide for my kids. But they're just things that you don't plan on in life.
My husband got laid off and we are a family of 5.
My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I would ask the doctors, what can I do? And they would just say, just make sure she's eating. Our lives just changed completely. Thank God that we always had a plate of food.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Listen to The Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and themightier1090.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
Let's go ahead and take a look at your San Diego Padres baseball updates. Fernando Tatis Jr. met with doctors on Monday for further imaging on his left wrist injury. Tatis is still waiting to be cleared to swing a bat, but has been released for almost all other baseball-related activity as of Thursday morning. The Padres continue on their rough patch. The Rockies got the win on Tuesday 5-3 after the Padres couldn't come back from several miscues. Manager Bob Melvin had a team meeting ahead of Wednesday's game discussing more consistency across the board being needed. On Wednesday, though, Colorado found a way to rack up the runs, getting a 10-6 win after coming back from a 3-run deficit. The Padres wrapped up against the Rockies this afternoon and will head back home to take on the Diamondbacks this weekend. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View. You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
What's going on to all the great friends that watch the show on television here on Cox Your View? What you're about to see will never be heard on radio, won't be seen on YouTube, no audio podcast. This is just for you here on Cox Your View.
Oh, shit. It's actually 6 minutes.
Okay, here we go. Hey, great friends. Those of you who are watching on Cox, on Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara, or anywhere in Southern California on the Cox Your View network, we had been promoting for a long time Egg Fest down in Chula Vista. And on the weekend of, let's see, it was June 12th, Sunday, June 12th, that's when the event went down. So Grande Brown Man, let's show all of the Cox viewers what they missed. Did you guys have fun? This was a great event. I loved it.
More importantly, there was lots of food, lots and lots and lots of food.
Yeah. There were also a lot of listeners that came down.
A lot of listeners, yeah.
A lot of listeners who live in the South Bay area that were like, hey, I knew you guys were going to be nearby, so I came over. And by the way, here's one thing that's interesting. Not only were there a lot of listeners, a lot of female listeners, which I thought was super cool. And what I hear from the ladies is, I love it when you guys talk sports, but I really love it even more when you guys aren't talking sports.
Yeah, it's when you bring, this much sex appeal to a show, you get a different audience, Scott,
Facts.
I know.
Facts.
Sexy.
I mean, look at these three mugs,
Totally.
That saying face for radio doesn't apply here.
Hey, there was one lady that showed up, 62 years old, white woman. All she wanted to do was talk about how Browner's her boyfriend. And I'm like, see, Brown? I'm like, this is your demo, man.
That's right.
Alex, show us, what are we going to take a look at? So this is exclusive for Cox. I mean, we'll talk about this on air, but this is stuff you're only going to see here on Cox Channel 4 in Your View. What are we going to look at here first, Alex?
What do you want to look at first? You have Browner being a drone videographer. You have pictures of food. You have we talked to Brian after.
All right, let's do this. Let's start off with food, because that's what Egg Fest was really all about. It was all about the food, right? So what are you going to show us here? Let's take a look.
This stole the show, right?
I mean, you gotta. Right. Yeah. Pig on the big green egg. Which to me doesn't look great, but it was pretty damn good. No, it doesn't look good.
Oh, it looks. When I walked in, that was the first thing I saw. I walked in to the left. This guy had that big green egg wide open. I was like, well, I know where I'm camping. This is where I'm going right here.
I couldn't eat it, man. It was too much. It was too close to looking like a real pig, man.
Well, it was a real pig.
It was a real pig.
I like to eat my food anonymously. I don't like it. I don't like to look at it and then put it in my mouth. I couldn't do that.
When I get a burger, it's just a burger.
Right.
I need to see the cow that it came from. Right.
Yeah, I couldn't eat it, man.
Any other food shots that we should take a look at? Because you like the pig. We didn't really love the pig.
Did you guys end up trying the bacon wrapped Oreo?
No.
I did not try the bacon wrapped Oreo, but I think on the right side here, there's a bacon wrapped piece of chicken. Is that what that is?
No, it was a pork belly.
Oh, that's the pork belly. Oh, and what's that little sandwich you got going there?
Pulled pork sandwich.
Dude, that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really good.
You know what's funny is that this whole time you just keep going from tent to tent to tent to tent, eating. I didn't take any pictures at all. Like the only reason I took a picture of the bacon wrapped Oreo was because I was going to text it to my lady. I was like, dude, they got bacon wrapped Oreos here.
You said they were pretty bomb though.
Okay, so it's really like it was confusing. It really was confusing. You take a bite and your mouth is like, what are you doing? Like what are you doing right now? And then the more you eat it, you're like, yeah, this is actually fantastic.
How about
bacon wrapped Oreo?
How about any pictures? Any pictures you got, Alex, of us with lots of listeners that were down? Because that was fun. That to me was a lot of fun. Hanging out with great friends. Oh, look at this crew right here. This is a great crew. Fat Tony's in the house. Tommy. This couple right here, they're wonderful. I love these two to my left. And then my friend Suzanne is on the far left. But this is a really wonderful couple, drinking beers, supporting. That was great. Anybody else? Oh, this lady right here. She works for the county of San Diego. What a sweetheart she is. She gave me her phone number. I went to text her to give her my phone number, and she gave me a landline. So I maybe I put the wrong phone number in. I don't know. Who else?
Girlfriend?
Oh, Browner's girlfriend. This woman. She's like, I love
boo?
Browner.
Sup, boo?
That's your girl, huh, Brown?
Yeah, that's my girl right there. Shout out.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. She gave me her Instagram.
Her husband
handle.
understand.
Her husband was like, I get it. That's Cheryl Delaney, by the way. Cheryl
Her husband
Delaney
was like, take her.
Hey, Alex, show us the video. I know I talked to Brian a little bit. He was super excited about how the day went down. Show us that video if you could. Let's take a look. Yo, so we promoted Eggfest for a long time. And today, Brian Bushfield, what do you think?
Huge success. Big. Look at it. We got 20 chefs, 40 eggs.
20 chefs, 40 eggs. We're walking in circles.
Tailing off. We would have been here an hour ago. We couldn't have done this video. There were so many people. Beer garden, huge success.
Yeah, and we did so much of the promotion besides radio was exclusive on Cox. So for everybody that's watching on Cox, dude, way to come out and support. Nice.
Right. And I mean, if you're thinking about advertising, Scott, Kaplan and crew, Cox Cable, way to go.
Thank you for that. Oh, hey, instant unsolicited. There you go. Thank you, Brian.
Unsolicited.
God, I'm fat. I got to lose weight. I need to lose.
Come on, man. That's what you saw.
Dude, I got to lose 15 to 20 pounds. Hey, look, bottom line is this. To all the Cox Your View viewers out there, we really appreciate your support. And we'll keep on doing this where there's just Cox exclusive content.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
What keeps me coming back is just learning more about myself in the classroom. And as I learn more about myself, I can share more about myself with my students, and I can open up more and care more and love more and teach more by example.
Teaching is just one of those things that if you have a heart for it, you've found your place, and I have found my place. I get to help little people realize what it means to learn something for the first time, and that's something like reading that will be with them for the rest of their lives.
Still a little bit overwhelmed, maybe a little bit surprised. You know, you don't go into teaching for awards. You go into teaching because you sincerely believe you can make a difference in young people's lives, and that's kind of what got me into the field in the first place.
We use our phones to order our food, catch a ride, share our stories, and so much more. SDCCU made banking from your mobile device easy too. You can do so much. Get up-to-date account balances, check on pending deposits, transfer money, deposit checks, and more. Safely and securely all through the convenience of your smartphone. SDCCU. It's not big bank banking, it's better.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.